Beloved soul, before this night falls deeper and the world grows quiet, I invite you to pause. You have not arrived at this moment by accident. This is a divine appointment scheduled by heaven, and I urge you to stay with me until the very end of this prayer. Tonight is not just about sleep. It is about surrender and spiritual authority. What you are about to hear is not a soft encouragement or a gentle devotional that you can simply scroll past. This is a spiritual alert, a divine interruption, and a moment of holy confrontation. Tonight, the chains of the past will break. As you listen to asterisk, asterisk, the healing word sleep asterisk, asterisk, you will enter a covenant of peace. But first, we must address the shadows. You will not wake up the same. The fire of God is moving on your behalf. If this message reached you today, right here and right now, you need to pay attention. There are battles against your life that didn't start today. There are attacks that didn't begin this week. And there are patterns that didn't come out of nowhere. Deep down, you have felt it. You have sensed something pressing against your destiny. Something has been resisting your progress, slowing what should be flowing and blocking what should be open. Today, we confront it head-on. Psalm 109 is not a psalm of comfort. It is a psalm of fire. It is a psalm of judgment. It is a psalm God uses to expose and burn every hidden curse that tries to interfere with the future He wrote for you. Listen carefully. There are people who are attacked openly, and there are people who are attacked silently. You have been facing the silent kind. These are attacks that hide in the atmosphere. It is discouragement that appears from nowhere. It is delays that make no sense and opportunities that collapse at the last second. You have felt sudden heaviness, sudden anxiety, and sudden pressure. You have experienced nighttime disturbances and strange resistance around your relationships, your finances, and your inner clarity. Nothing is visible, yet everything feels spiritual. Psalm 109 was written for moments like this. It was written for moments when the enemy whispers in the shadows. It was written for moments when jealousy rises behind your back, and for moments when people speak with kindness in public but curse with intention in private. It is for those moments when unseen forces try to bend your path and block your purpose. But today, God steps in. He does not come softly, gently, or slowly. He comes with fire. There are things in your life that cannot be negotiated with. They cannot be reasoned with, and they cannot be ignored. Some battles require heat, God's heat. Some attacks require judgment, God's judgment. Some curses require consumption, God's fire consuming them completely. That is what this prayer is. That is what this moment is. This is divine confrontation. Hear this. You are not cursed, but curses were sent against you, and God burns them today. You are blessed by God, chosen by God, protected by God, and strengthened by the Lord. But the existence of blessing has never stopped darkness from attempting to interfere. Lately, that interference has been stronger than usual. You felt a weight that didn't belong to you. You felt a confusion that wasn't natural. You felt a pressure that seemed to come from nowhere, and an exhaustion that wasn't connected to your day. You felt emotional shifts that didn't match your situation. These were signs, spiritual signs, that something in the unseen realm attempted to bend your destiny. Tonight, through asterisk, asterisk, the healing word, sleep asterisk, asterisk, we declare that every such attempt is broken by the power of the Most High. But today, it ends. Today, God exposes everything that was hidden. Today, God burns everything that was sent. Today, God lifts everything that was weighing you down. Today, God breaks everything that was wrapping itself around your destiny. Psalm 109 releases cleansing, judgment, breakthrough, exposure, and divine fire upon every hidden attack. This prayer is God saying, "You're not fighting this alone. Step aside. I am burning what was sent to stop you." The fire of God enters places you didn't even know were under attack. It reaches into the hidden corners of the soul, the layers of the mind, and generational shadows. It burns through word curses released years ago, cycles that tried to repeat themselves, and invisible barriers placed on your progress. You didn't imagine these things. They were spiritual. But today, the Spirit of God goes ahead of you, burning everything that tried to restrict your destiny. Nothing, absolutely nothing, can block the path God designed for you. Not jealousy, not secret conversations, not spiritual assignments, and not generational patterns. Not fear, not confusion, not past trauma, and not spiritual pressure. Not emotional instability, and not the enemy. When God steps in with fire, every curse falls. There are people who carry light, and darkness hates that. You carry a calling, and the enemy sees that. You carry influence, and jealousy reacts to that. You carry divine potential, and hell fears that. You carry authority, and spiritual attacks push against that. The more chosen you are, the more invisible battles you fight. But today, the one who chose you also defends you. You are rising from everything that tried to pull you down. You are stepping out of everything that tried to suffocate your identity. You are breaking out of everything that tried to block your purpose. Declare this today. God burns every hidden curse trying to block my destiny. Let this truth settle deep in your spirit, because today is not just another prayer. Today is spiritual repositioning. I receive the light of God. Today we step deeper into the fire of Psalm 109. We do not step cautiously or gently, but with the boldness of someone who finally understands that God Himself is fighting for their destiny. What you are about to pray is not passive, it is not soft, it is not symbolic. This is spiritual warfare. Today you will feel chains break, the fog lift, fear dissolve, and spiritual resistance crumble under the weight of divine judgment. Because Psalm 109 is not the cry of someone defeated. It is the cry of someone who knows that heaven listens. It is the prayer of someone pushed beyond what is fair. It is the declaration of someone who has endured attacks that were never deserved. It is the voice of the one who lifts their eyes and says, God, I need you to answer. And today, God answers for you. Close your eyes for a moment and feel this. Everything that has been pressing against your destiny, everything that has been silently draining your strength, everything that has been rising against your purpose, everything that has been whispering fear into your thoughts, and everything that has been slowing your progress is now being dragged into the fire of God. Because God does not confront darkness with diplomacy. He confronts it with fire. So declare this with authority. Lord, let your fire fall on every hidden curse assigned to my life. Again, burn what was sent to block my destiny. As you speak these words, you're not talking into the air. You're talking into the spiritual world, and the spiritual world is responding. Heaven hears you, hell fears you, and the presence of God surrounds you. Now imagine this with your spirit. There is a table, and on this table are the things that have been affecting you quietly. Every word, curse spoken against your name, every jealous intention, every secret wish for your downfall, every spiritual assignment meant to sabotage your path, every whisper of negativity, every unseen attack aimed at your future, every weapon formed in darkness. They are all exposed. They are not hidden anymore. They are not protected. They are not untouchable. And now the fire of God drops upon the table. The flames rise instantly. The curses lose structure. The spiritual weight breaks. The shadows begin to scatter. The enemy loosens his grip. Every assignment melts under divine fire. This is the cleansing of Psalm 109, the burning of everything that came against you in secrecy. Declare every hidden curse burns now in the fire of God. Again, no curse survives the presence of the Most High. Some attacks you faced were personal, some were emotional, some were spiritual, some were generational. Some were sent through envy, some were sent through hatred. Some were sent through people who smiled at you publicly but spoke against you privately. You never understood why certain relationships changed so fast. You never understood why certain friendships suddenly shifted. You never understood why certain people reacted so strongly to your progress. You never understood the invisible pressure that followed moments of victory. But today, God says, I saw every word. I heard every whisper. I recognized every intention. I measured every attack, and I moved to judge what rose against you. Nothing escapes the eyes of God. Not the silent curses, not the disguised envy, not the spiritual resistance, not the quiet intentions hidden behind pleasant expressions. And because nothing escaped his eyes, nothing will escape his fire. Now declare this boldly. Lord, tear down every spiritual structure built against my life. Say it again. Destroy every system of darkness working against my destiny. Because some curses operate like structures, things built over time, reinforced by repetition, strengthened by agreement, and energized by negativity. But today, those structures collapse. Cycles break, patterns dissolve, and agreements shatter. Influences fall apart, and every foundation of darkness cracks under divine fire. Now, let us deal with something deeper. Your name. Your name carries identity, destiny, assignment, and spiritual direction. This is why curses often target names, spoken in frustration, anger, jealousy, or spiritual intent. Words like, they won't succeed, they won't last, they won't get far, they think they're something, or they will fail. Even if spoken jokingly, these words carry spiritual weight. But today, your name is washed in fire. Declare, my name is cleansed by the fire of God. Again, my name carries blessing, not curses. Now, feel this shift. Your name is being lifted. Your identity is being restored. Your destiny is being realigned. Your spiritual authority is being strengthened. Now, let's confront the emotional residue left by spiritual attacks. Hidden curses leave behind heaviness, anxiety, confusion, exhaustion, insecurity, sadness, mental fog, and restlessness. These emotions do not belong to you. They were symptoms of a spiritual battle. Declare, Lord, remove every emotional weight left by hidden curses. Again, restore my mind, restore my clarity, restore my peace. Feel this moment. Something inside you is loosening. The confusion that clouded your decisions, the heaviness that sat on your chest, and the anxiety that appeared without explanation. It is leaving you now, because the fire of God doesn't just destroy curses, it destroys their effects. Now focus on your future. Hidden curses don't just attack your present. They attack your future. They try to block opportunities. They try to limit progress. They try to sabotage open doors. They try to weaken motivation. They try to create invisible resistance. But today, your future is cleared. Declare, every obstacle placed before my destiny burns. Now again, my future is protected by the fire of God. Feel that something ahead of you is opening. Paths are clearing, doors are unlocking, and resistance is collapsing. This is not emotion, this is spiritual realignment. Your destiny is no longer under attack, it is under protection. Finally, speak these decrees with confidence. No curse controls my path, no darkness influences my future, no assignment of the enemy succeeds. No spiritual attack takes root, no hidden plan rises against me. My life is covered, my spirit is strengthened, my destiny is secured under God's fire. Let peace settle, let clarity return, let your spirit rest. God burns every hidden curse, and today your freedom becomes permanent. Today we go even deeper, because once the fire of God begins burning hidden curses, the next step is divine reversal. A supernatural turning of everything the enemy meant for evil into something that elevates your destiny. Psalm 109 is not just about destruction. It is about reversal, justice, restoration, and establishment. It is the moment where God steps in and says, "What attacked you will not define you. What rose against you will not stop you. What was meant to block you will lift you instead." And today, this becomes your reality. You have already felt the first layers breaking. The heaviness, the confusion, the invisible pressure, and the emotional shifts that didn't make sense. But now, we go further, deeper beneath the surface, into the very places where the enemy has tried to shape your story. Because some curses do not just attack behavior, they attack identity. They attack confidence. They attack clarity. They attack momentum. They attack your sense of direction. They try to make you doubt who you are and what God has called you to do. But today, those identity-specific attacks burn. Declare this strongly. My identity is sealed by God, not touched by curses. Again, no spiritual attack defines who I am. Feel the strength in those words. They are not just declarations, they are spiritual positioning. Now, we confront something powerful, internal interference. Sometimes darkness attacks from the outside, but often it tries to work inside the mind. Sudden fear, sudden insecurity, sudden discouragement, sudden emotional collapse, sudden mental fog. These were not random. These were spiritual attempts to weaken your inner authority, but today, your mind becomes fireproof. Say this, Lord, purify my mind from every internal effect of hidden curses. Again, let every emotional and mental residue burn away completely. As you speak this, imagine a bright golden light moving through your thoughts. Soft but strong, warm but powerful, gentle but cleansing. The fog lifts, the noise quiets, the fear dissolves, and the confusion breaks. This is God restoring spiritual clarity. Now imagine a mirror in front of you, but not just any mirror. This mirror reflects your spiritual identity, not your outward appearance. For a long time, this mirror was clouded, fogged by word curses, emotional wounds, spiritual pressure, and hidden attacks. But now, the fire of God clears the surface. The fog melts, the residue burns, and suddenly you can see yourself again. Not broken, not forgotten, not trapped, not lost, but called, protected, anointed, chosen, empowered, and covered. Declare, I see myself the way heaven sees me. Again, I walk in the identity God gave me. This is where Psalm 109 shifts your spirit. You stop praying as someone attacked, and you start praying as someone unstoppable. Now, we confront spiritual environments because curses do not stay still. They affect your atmosphere, your home, your relationships, your thoughts, your energy, your decisions, and your progress. Today, we cleanse all of it. Say this, Lord, cleanse the atmosphere around my life with your fire. Again, let every shadow disappear and every weight dissolve. Feel this moment. You are not imagining this shift. Light is entering places the enemy tried to occupy. Your home becomes peaceful. Your thoughts become stable. Your emotions become anchored. Your spirit becomes grounded. Your environment becomes clean. This is spiritual renewal. Now, let's deal with delays and resistance. Two tools darkness uses to frustrate destiny. Every time you tried to move forward, something pushed back. Every time you tried to start something, something drained your strength. Every time you tried to progress, a strange resistance appeared. Every time you tried to decide, confusion rose. Every time things started well, something disrupted the process. These were not coincidences. They were spiritual interruptions. But today, they burn. Declare, every delay created by hidden curses breaks. Now again, my destiny moves forward without resistance. As you say this, imagine a wall standing in front of you, a tall, dark structure built over years of spiritual interference. Suddenly, fire appears at the base. It crawls upward fast, consuming every part of the wall. Cracks form, light breaks through, and the entire structure collapses. Your path is open. Now, we enter the phase of divine reversal, one of the strongest themes of Psalm 109. God does not just neutralize attacks, He reverses them. He flips the script, He changes the narrative. He converts the intention of darkness into acceleration. He turns the enemy's plan into fuel for your blessing. Declare, what was meant to break me will build me again. What was meant to stop me will push me forward. This is the spiritual law of reversal. What the enemy meant for evil, God transforms into advancement. Your loss becomes wisdom. Your pain becomes strength. Your delay becomes acceleration. Your attack becomes testimony. Your tears become seeds. Your fight becomes authority. You do not walk away weakened, you walk away fortified. Now declare this. Lord, reverse every attack and turn it into blessing. Again, transform every curse into a platform for my elevation. Feel that something in your spirit rises. This is divine empowerment. This is the moment where God takes what was meant to damage you and builds something greater from it. This is the moment where you stop surviving and start conquering. Now, we confront the last layer, spiritual leftovers. This is the invisible residue that tries to remain even after curses break. Fear, doubt, negative expectations, old mindsets, lingering worry, and emotional fatigue. But today, all of it burns. Declare, no residue of curses remains in me. Again, every leftover influence leaves my life. Now, as you pray this, imagine a powerful wind blowing from heaven, a cleansing wind that removes everything the fire has already weakened. The air clears, the soul clears, the path clears, the future clears. You are stepping into a new level of spiritual purity. Now speak these final decrees with boldness. No curse holds me. No fear controls me. No darkness surrounds me. No attack limits me. No assignment succeeds against me. My spirit is strong. My identity is secure. My future is protected. My destiny is covered by God's fire. Feel peace settling, the kind of peace that comes only after war, the kind of stillness that follows victory, the kind of clarity that follows breakthrough. This is your turning point. Your destiny just became untouchable. I receive the light of God today. Today we step into one of the strongest dimensions of Psalm 109, the moment where God stops dealing with symptoms and begins destroying roots. Because every curse has a root, every pattern has a root, every attack has a root, every spiritual resistance has a root. And God is not content with weakening what fights your destiny. He wants to end it at the source. This is why some battles returned over and over again. This is why certain patterns repeated themselves. This is why certain feelings resurfaced unexpectedly. This is why certain areas of your life faced consistent resistance. You weren't dealing with random situations. You were dealing with spiritual roots, but today, God pulls them out by fire. Declare this with strength. Lord, burn every root of every hidden curse affecting my life. Again, let your fire reach the deepest places, because fire that only touches the surface is not enough. And today, God goes deeper than He has ever gone in your life. Now, imagine this. Before you, the ground begins to crack open. Beneath the soil, you see thick, tangled roots, dark, old, and strong. These roots represent spiritual influences that were planted in your bloodline long before you were born, or words spoken over your life years ago, or emotional wounds that created spiritual openings, or envy that attached itself to your progress, or secret assignments sent in darkness. But now, the fire of God descends, not gently, but violently. The flames touch the roots. At first they resist, then they tremble, then they snap, then they burn completely. This is what God is doing inside you today. He is destroying what supported the attacks. Declare, no hidden foundation of darkness survives today. Again, every root connected to spiritual resistance burns. Now we address something most people never realize. Curses attach themselves to cycles. Cycles of fear, cycles of emotional instability, cycles of delay, cycles of self-sabotage, cycles of discouragement, cycles of isolation, cycles of confusion, cycles of starting and stopping, cycles of almost succeeding but never reaching the breakthrough. These cycles felt natural because these cycles have repeated for so long, but they were never natural. They were spiritual, and today those cycles collapse. Say this: every cycle connected to hidden curses breaks. Today again, I step out of every spiritual loop the enemy built around me. As you speak this, imagine chains arranged in a circle around you. Chains that represent cycles that repeated in your life. Suddenly, each link snaps one after another, fast, loud, final. The loop breaks, the pattern ends. Your story shifts direction. This is deliverance. This is breakthrough. This is the power of Psalm 109. Now listen closely. Some attacks didn't come from the enemy alone. They came from situations that traumatized you, moments that weakened you, experiences that created cracks in your spirit, and people who hurt you deeply. Words that wounded your identity, and seasons that drained your confidence. These things opened spiritual doors, doors the enemy used to intensify attacks. But today, God is closing every door. Declare, Lord, close every spiritual door that was opened through pain. Again, seal every place in me where darkness tried to enter. This is not just emotional healing. This is spiritual sealing. Your heart is being covered. Your mind is being covered. Your emotions are being covered. Your memories are being covered. Nothing from the past will have authority over you again. Now let us confront monitoring spirits. Those invisible forces that try to observe your progress, whisper into your thoughts, or discourage your steps. They interfere every time you are about to rise. These spirits operate as watchers, following, monitoring, reporting, and resisting. But today, they lose sight of you completely. Declare, every monitoring spirit assigned to my life is blinded now. Again, stronger, every spiritual observer loses access to my path. As you speak this, imagine a thick fog of divine fire surrounding you, a cover of glory so intense that nothing unclean can see through it. You become hidden in God, invisible to darkness, and untouchable by the enemy. This is spiritual protection at its highest level. Now, let us deal with spiritual residue. The final layer after curses burn, after roots break, and after cycles collapse. There can still be leftover spiritual dust, fearful expectations, or emotional fatigue, negative thoughts, old habits, and memories of past attacks. But today, the Holy Spirit sends a cleansing wind. Say this, Lord, remove every residue left by spiritual battles. Again, let my spirit, mind, and emotions be completely restored. Feel this moment. It is quiet, still, and holy. This is the peace that follows warfare. This is the clarity that follows deliverance. This is the restoration that follows fire. Your inner atmosphere is changing. Your thoughts feel lighter. Your heart feels clearer. Your emotions feel calmer. You are being renewed. Now speak these declarations, not as someone trying to fight for freedom, but as someone who has already stepped into freedom. No curse can return. No attack can remain. No darkness can enter. No cycle can restart. No shadow can influence me. No spiritual force can touch my destiny. Every root of darkness is gone. Every structure of evil is destroyed. Every residue is removed. My spirit is clean. My path is open. My future is protected. Let these words sink into your soul. You are not fighting anymore. You are standing in victory. The fire of Psalm 109 has done its work, and now you walk in a new spiritual reality. One where your destiny is unblocked, your identity is restored, your path is protected, and your spirit is empowered. This is your turning point. This is your elevation. This is your breakthrough. I receive the light of God today. Today, we step into the final stage of this spiritual battle. This is the stage where God does not only burn curses, break cycles, and destroy roots, but seals what He has done. He establishes a new reality and activates what has been held back by spiritual interference. Deliverance is not complete until three things happen. The attack is broken, the residue is removed, and the future is protected and activated. Today, all three become your reality. Listen to this very carefully. Some things were not happening in your life because you were unprepared. Some things were not happening because the enemy was blocking them. Some things were not delayed because of lack, but because of spiritual traffic, invisible obstacles that made progress harder than it should have been. But today, the traffic clears. The obstacles burn, the heaviness lifts, the resistance collapses, and the spiritual atmosphere changes. Your life, your path, your destiny, everything steps into alignment. Declare this. Every spiritual barrier between me and my destiny falls today. Again, my path is cleared. My future is open. My purpose is unstoppable. Feel the strength of these words. You are not speaking from desperation. You are speaking from authority. Now, let us confront the last layer of hidden attacks. Attachments. Attachments are spiritual connections that cling to your emotions, your thoughts, your habits, or your surroundings. They show up as sudden discouragement, emotional instability, unexpected waves of sadness, or intrusive thoughts. They manifest as cycles of overthinking, spiritual fatigue, constant tension, or fear that rises without reason. These attachments often remain even after curses break, but today they lose their grip completely. Declare, every spiritual attachment connected to hidden curses breaks off my life. Now again, no negative influence holds on to me anymore. As you say this, imagine invisible cords around your spirit. These are cords that represented emotional ties to past battles, old wounds, former attacks, old fears, and old identities. Suddenly, the cords begin to snap. One breaks, then another, then all of them. You become untied, unrestricted, unbound. This is freedom. Not the beginning of freedom, but the completion of freedom. Next, we deal with reversal. This is the divine principle where God uses what was sent against you as material for your elevation. The attacks that were supposed to stop you now become the reason you rise. The words spoken to limit you now push you into clarity. The fear sent to weaken you now becomes fuel for your purpose. The pressure that tried to break you now strengthens your authority. This is the power of reversal. Declare, what was meant to break me now builds me again. What tried to stop me now launches me. This is not poetic language. It is spiritual law. Every attempt of darkness against your life becomes a stepping stone. Every battle becomes a promotion. Every attack becomes acceleration. Your destiny is not damaged. It is reinforced. Now, we shift into spiritual sealing, one of the most crucial parts of deliverance. When God frees you from something, He also seals you so it cannot return. Tonight, God seals your mind, your emotions, your identity, your purpose, your spiritual atmosphere, your destiny, your progress, and your new season. Declare this with boldness. I am sealed by the fire of God. Again, no attack can return, no curse can rise again. Feel the strength of this truth. This is not temporary deliverance. This is lasting deliverance. Spiritual openings close, old doorways shut, weak spots are reinforced, wounds are sealed, vulnerabilities are healed. You become spiritually fortified, stronger than the attack that fought you. Now imagine this. A massive gate stands before you. This gate represents your next season, your next opportunities, your divine timing, your restored clarity, your healed identity, and your open path. Until today, the gate was blocked, not physically, but spiritually. But now, the fire of God melts the lock. The gate swings open, light pours out, and you step forward. This is activation. This is the moment your destiny begins to move at the pace heaven ordained. Declare, I step into my God-given season of clarity, progress, and breakthrough. Again, my destiny moves with divine acceleration, because when God clears your path, nothing can slow you down. Not fear, not doubt, not people, not jealousy, not darkness, not curses, and not spiritual interference. Your future is open. Your steps are ordered. Your direction is clear. Now we deal with identity elevation, because after deliverance, your identity rises. You don't just feel lighter, you feel stronger. You don't just feel free, you feel empowered. You don't just feel protected, you feel called. You don't just feel safe, you feel chosen. This is elevation. This is the upgrade of your spiritual identity. Declare, I walk in divine identity. I carry divine authority. Again, I am chosen, protected, and empowered by God. The more you say it, the more your spirit aligns with it. Now, we confront the final theme of this block: destiny protection. Your destiny is not fragile. Your calling is not threatened. Your purpose cannot be rewritten by darkness. Your future cannot be destroyed by curses. Your promise cannot be removed by spiritual attacks. Declare, my destiny is untouchable in the hands of God. Again, no plan of darkness can interfere with my future. This is not wishful thinking. This is spiritual truth. Darkness had many chances, many attempts, and many strategies, but it lost. And now your destiny shines brighter than ever. Speak these final decrees boldly. I am free. I am whole. I am sealed. I am restored. I am strengthened. I am accelerated. I am protected. My destiny is secured. My identity is elevated. My future is blessed. No curse survives. No attack returns. Let peace settle deep, strong, and steady. This is the kind of peace that only comes after true deliverance. You have stepped into a new spiritual realm, the realm of clarity, protection, and accelerated destiny. This is who you are now, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can block what God has opened. I receive the light of God today, now that every curse has been burned, every cycle has been broken, and every root has been destroyed. Every spiritual residue has been removed. It is time for something even greater, a full spiritual reset, a complete identity renewal, and a restoration of strength, clarity, and destiny. Because deliverance is not the end, deliverance is the beginning. Today, you step into the beginning of a new spiritual season, not a season of survival, not a season of heaviness, not a season of confusion or a season of fear, but a season of confidence, stability, purpose, and breakthrough. Listen carefully. Everything that fought you, everything that drained you, everything that tried to intimidate you, everything that tried to silence you, and everything that tried to break you has lost its power. And now God brings you into a place of rebuilding, strengthening, and reawakening. You may not realize this yet, but you are different after this prayer. Your spirit is stronger. Your atmosphere is lighter. Your inner world is clearer. Your emotions are steadier. Your mind is protected. Your identity is elevated. Your destiny is untouchable. Now it is time to renew your vision. Because when darkness attacks, vision becomes blurred. Not physical vision, but spiritual vision. The ability to see the path. The ability to sense direction. The ability to dream again. The ability to believe again. And the ability to move forward with confidence. Today, your vision is restored. Declare this. My vision is clear. My purpose is alive again. I walk with clarity and courage. Thank you for joining us at the Healing Word Sleep. Feel that. Feel how your spirit straightens, how your mind opens, how your heart steadies. This is renewal. Now let's talk about identity. Hidden curses try to distort your identity, not just who you are, but who you believe you are. They whispered lies. You're not enough. You're falling behind. You're weak. You're alone. You're unworthy. You're losing. You're cursed. All lies. Lies designed to make you doubt your calling. Lies designed to break your confidence. Lies designed to shrink your presence. But today, you return to who you really are. Chosen, protected, strengthened, anointed, covered, empowered, loved by God. Surrounded by His fire, guided by His hand, destined for purpose. Declare, I walk in who God says I am. Again, I am chosen, protected, and empowered. Let this reconstruction happen inside you. Piece by piece, layer by layer, your true identity is rising. Now, let us speak about peace. Peace is not the absence of battles. Peace is the presence of God in spite of battles. And now that peace begins to fill you differently, your mind stops racing, your heart stops shaking, your fears lose their voice, your stress loses its grip, your emotions settle into calmness. The peace of God doesn't just sit around you, it enters you. This is the peace that guards, the peace that strengthens, the peace that stabilizes, the peace that cannot be shaken. Declare, I walk in divine peace. Again, my heart is steady. My mind is safe. This is not temporary. This is the new atmosphere of your life. Next, we step into spiritual confidence. Confidence is not arrogance. It is knowing who stands with you. Confidence is not human strength. It is divine backing. Confidence is not loud. It is unshakable. You will walk differently now. Not intimidated, not overwhelmed, not passive, not hesitant, but steady. Focused, clear, grounded, spiritually aware, deeply protected. Your steps carry weight. Your words carry authority. Your presence carries light. Declare, I walk with spiritual confidence. Again, I am bold because God is with me. This is activation. Your spirit is shifting from survival to dominion. Now let's talk about your future. Because now the curses are broken, your future begins to unlock differently. Doors begin to open, ideas begin to flow. Creativity returns, energy increases. Your decision-making sharpens. Your timing aligns. Your momentum strengthens. What felt stuck begins to move. What felt slow begins to accelerate. What felt blocked begins to open. What felt confusing becomes clear. What felt heavy becomes light. Your future is no longer under spiritual interference. It is under divine protection. Declare, my future is protected and blessed. Again, nothing can block what God opens for me. Feel how your spirit expands with these words. This is prophetic alignment. Now, a final layer. Purpose. Your purpose is not small. Your calling is not weak. Your life is not random. Your existence is not accidental. The enemy fought you because your calling is dangerous to darkness. He attacked your identity because you are meant to influence. He attacked your peace because you are meant to carry light. He attacked your direction because you are meant to walk in purpose. He attacked your destiny because your future threatens his plans. But today, your purpose shines brighter. Declare, my purpose is alive and unstoppable. I walk boldly into what God created me to be. Your purpose is no longer clouded. It is illuminated. Now, let's seal all this with final prophetic decrees. Say them with strength, faith, and certainty. I am free. I am renewed. I am protected. I am restored. I am unshaken. I am sealed by God. My mind is clear. My heart is steady. My path is open. My destiny is secure. My purpose is active. My future is blessed. No curse touches me. No darkness approaches me. I walk in victory. Let these truths sink in. Let them become the new foundation of your spirit. You have entered a new spiritual reality, a reality where God's fire defends you, His peace sustains you, His purpose guides you, and His protection surrounds you. You are rising. You are glowing. You are stepping into destiny with authority and clarity. I receive the light of God today.